Muti ye fi se sofo be bompa ya amamo mone right reverend professor Joy Mante ye openia woda presby asafo na no wo omai Ghana mu ti prof Joseph Obriye Boamante moderator Presbyterian Church of Ghana prof ye ne basri asafo ni nyina Ghana ni wiase nyina ye ma happy birthday yesi nyame say oma enkwatenten ahodin wom na wisdom no so de oma nenye mo enwosa ne de oh baby enti prof ye ma happy birthday pa bro nyan so de mini me crew ne ebesia ba ne aba betete enti sa birthday ya wish you de e che say minya we show kra me ba na obi opuno no ma me sesi ai de ne meba pa ena eye o kasama for Reverend George Labi ono so ne abusiafo ni nyina Emma wo happy birthday Reverend Professor Joy Mante and Mrs. Faustina Abla Segbefia o Taifa Norway ene eyewa wodanti ante fosi nso nyamisha onye kese na onye wakoma so ade ma ura Theodoric Segbefia ene nkwada no kwaku ene Marian omunyina eka ho na omoma happy birthday se odonfo no onkoso anomo na onhirawo happy birthday Enkoma Giovanni Sakitete or His Grace and Mercy School ewo Teshi o Papa Ure Beneza Tei our MDS Lancet ewo Kolebu branch ene o ma Mrs. Grace or say Tei no so His Grace and Mercy School Teshi o ma me na proprietress no ene who say untia school fees wate yin hu di ngoma o ma me ni problem once we need problem because we pam school fees I pam obi it's Giovanni Sakite. Enjoy your day and study hard and then make your parents proud, okay? They love you so much. One day they'll buy you a big car. Wouldn't you love that? It's Nyami Insha Giovanni. Yeah, that Amen Scientific Herbal in the Alternative Medical Hospital I say or the free screening no ekoso amaye. Nti ye kanfo ama say yes obehu se oni padua no tiapo. Na yade bia hinta wo enansan ubeti ayesi no onyare o na afedi asem yesi e ba preko pe o pacho bia no wahinta enti na ye koso aka che o se emensa wo de bra keke onyo ka preto krudem behwehwe ni padua nim ukona se yade bia ni ho a sa na ye hwehwe ukọ baby yade so ho a uhu ne ntem a empani say ahodaso ne bema frɛ amen 02072295505 and 0244227192 and 0245275254 na sa fish kino ye no akra de no kon so over 17 or more branches or Ghana na we no ye wa akra de no enti dome bia bens net flat no na afi Klagon ashama la shibi kwan so under bridge na ase ho de ko ho no ho otena ase ajoda kosi memenda no anopa 7 anopa 22 no otimu akosi anwumre 5 na kosi ada de ne de oye na 11 enti upon asori a na wa mani afa ho Kojak Farmer the toothpaste papa bedwa so de wonuma de enwuna na ekiki ne se untimi ni aduane a enwunu ono pacho wo ya wo se missing the asepese etu entu eye sensitive ohia toothpaste papa why nesa de bia didi aduane be kiki wo se emwa enti Kojak PNF toothpaste na fa sesi wo se na wonum so nye hwam kane no ni adibidie ni brodua ene Kojak sebidie no a eye na odi nuro kakra frafran calcium nie fluoride nie odi ni nyina bia gugum ene wasiesie ne kama amawo wo de paul sia onum ye hwam wo se ho ye den wo se achinam ye kama se ne se ye fita wo hia so kwakobo kasa wo ko laser whitening bia efise Kojak abro Kojak charcoal toothpaste wo kita 2 cedis kra ubenya bi osanso wo brush o enti Kojak de wonya gina ba bia wo to Kojak ne ma na o se mame aposen mame brush na me di betwie no uti so pai wa se mame pro cold na memfa enkomiti paye na mentimi nyebu ohu sa bi mo ye pro cold di biagum na so ye se wonya ko pharmacy drugstore ana se chemical shop I say me pe pro cold di free Kojak no kai say Kojak no die eye quality na woni problem kra yeda wo mo ase papa pa ene ye bedi nkomo na yapom de nkomo a ye die no ye hwe ayakayaka de a ye de nkwada efemo ene kwan ye befa so a ye beso ano enya yakayaka de ni ne hia yen na emom se de be ya ye beso ano akwada de obi a ye bi pen chiro nso se sabi agimisem bata bofra koma ho entiaso aba na be me na finanso bi wona entiase aba no ebro so ebram so ebi wa na aka akwada no na kokoduro ahye afi obenyini no no waye hufuo ontumi nkonipam odwumdwum ne ho ontumi nkasa efise yatea no ama afedie yadum nija enti yebetia nkwada na so kwan ben so ne mfa enti na no yesi ewo adults wepue mantemu nkwada bi akowie sika ahe hanna cities ni aba akwada na daja na yedine nam yenka asa krono ne ye na so kosane ne se enti daja no ani asotwe a ka betim dia ma akwada no akwada akom de no wakowie enkwamu nam ti maame wo kanokreso ya akwada wanwie enkwamu nam da na odo nana ana oba ode ne nsa ahyegem na obi di ayon hyehyehe na ode atare ne baachi ibi wo se akwada amene ne tie oh nti wonye oba nti anasa ene owura Dennis Mensa Akota oye counseling psychologist ye will be bisa ho dia will obe correct me say yes adia sometimes call for me to me show mama mpa Eja Akota good morning. You're a counseling psychologist. Okay. And Kaya is a clinical psychologist and now you're a counselor. Now you're a counseling psychologist. Into who do you know you're
counseling psychologist, most of the time you can't say you're counselors.
Okay.
But clinical psychologists, they do more of, you can say, the advanced work when it comes to counseling issues. Okay. It is we are counseling psychologists, and that's a case now handling a brochure. Now most of the time, very famous clinical psychologist.
And the counselors now do so be a friend of counselor. Tina more school model psychologist na come.
That's right.
I see. So you say domestic abuse. Mami otidwa so no. Obede hu say we domestic abuse a me ye tia me ba. Me nana akwala me ne tie.
Okay. Abuse ni dey I dey be obeya ebe ha kwara no.
Okay.
We no embo akwa ne dache ana se de okan na be hye ne so ana ebe ma ontimi nyini ye.
Okay.
Nti ye kase abuse basically no, that's what we are saying.
Okay. Na say a domestic abuse na na domestic and I domestic one and ye what tertiary one.
Well, generally no the domestic the na chere the etesi wo ewo fie and say they see with obi a oben no pa nti ebia oben say obi papa ana ne maame ana ne ofa ana obi oni omote ana obi oni mo maintain no or abuse akwara no. Nti those ones fall under domestic. So it just means that there's a relationship between the offender and the one who is committing the offense.
And ye be so chire yen ye ya akwada no ohu ebi ne sen ene be ma akwada na hu se ana obi be hu se we dey who abuse akwala yi.
Abuse you want to do we have they are teaching mainly to 4 groups.
Okay.
Into your physical abuse, your emotional abuse, your sexual abuse, and your neglect. Into say over physical na, and the able who say wo nipa no nam ho. Into be say obi bo ne ba, obi afa belt or the hwe ne ba.
To say we are moja
de ni. Into be say the okakwa no onye boni bi ai. Ana boni no ye no enye de enye ehun asotwi no de amano no. Into say e bia wo bo akwara no obonasum ode electricity shock no ana say usufocate na na ode ne hye bebia won to me homia ana say ode ne hye bebia oba resist ni movement ni na efole under physical abuse no. Na ye koso so a ye wo emotional abuse ne the say akra ne be develop emotionally no or prevented the child from developing that way. Inti awfo ne bi wo ha omoman say no omonka encouragement am be nche ne da on ka say why ade say what the results aba na bibisa no awfo no embo na baso enhye enka say why ade ana say emepinu no kwara ne bi nyi a won say kwara no pam inti o say wo hage no o say wo twa ne pek o say wo pagya na o say oni di agro eni say yama no inti say awfo ne enye sa ebeba akra ne nyi a on develop fully. Inti and also emotional abuse and psychological abuse.
Jina emotional ni hokakra. Yen fan say ye African setting. yenyi yeni se o ma medo ana o papa do enti se ohwe utua wo school fees utumi kɔ nanim kɔ bisa wodidi sika utumi bisa wataare ompaboa wo school books ni ade no eyodo no ase mo mana yete se maame na anye ne ba na tu ana se wamfana no ansine mfono ho a wono no omuhu no ana yehu ne se eya abrofo ade because odo akwala ni nti ene wo wawo no kra wo hwe no nti se ma anya me ba tu a chese me no no ai no nti e be affect akwala ni emotionally o temeseda na se o te choko o maame asori anopa o kodi pa wonti na obu fast o gina trotro traffic mu ye we nyina mama school fees ewie ma paduane ama me de waduane asi wo anopa de awia de enwumre de obeba na maba me ba na dwokra nso a ade asanso mebu afaso paduane ama wadi ma hagewa enu ye abuse how
is there anything I can say emotional no because one of the things is that emotional those are the things that help develop it a creative bond between our phone and neighbor no into udobia those type of things help generate or make your bond stronger into uhwekra na
e bi mu culture yeah
say hu no but uhwema the human to human contact in eboa ema the bond between two people grows stronger
into afem na ye
all right ye work ran for na most of the time na my phone na ye takrom until you see that the child gets to draw closer to the mother but if you have a father too who does or who carries a child and hugs them and do those things, that bond is also created. Right. But when you reduce it or you prevent the child from experiencing it, it affects how they, because some of those things release chemicals in our bodies and then help us associate well.
African fathers and mothers are all of them abusing their children. Hey, you were abused. Me, I was abused. Brother, you were abused or you were not abused. Emotionally. How many times did your father argue?
I don't remember.
Oh, but seriously, I was saying, Mommy, phone papa forcing us at the end. Oh, Kwame, why are you? Kwame, why you feel? Amy Bay and said, why are you? What me? Nye bull, where? Obumona.
And the woman kana ebia obanuka ebia na dinsu ane nko echire but ohwe bibi wo ho ya eye nti eno no say we encouraging for those areas now oyasa because they feel loved and they feel that you are appreciating them in other areas they will also want to work hard in the areas where they have shortfalls.
When there was some education, emotional abuse. I'm say you're fan for granted. So me provide them out. We just say me don't see. Say man can ya maybe anchile wa and say we. And a man can ma me for an apple say me can was a ma. A just a woo ye me can when you me just oh ye me can when you ma why a bonita in America. And so you should understand that language. Can't we also as children understand the love language of our parents?
Well, with even the language, everybody has theirs. So for some people, even you talking to them is very important because that's how they feel or express love. Yes, that's how some of the children are. And some of them too, they like the touch. So you have to just make sure you're touching base for all of them. Into all the ways that some of them have to spend time with them. So it makes them.
But
if you also say only nyamere any akwara no etenase also well like be of school but be say school no dey see internal they form an impression about the amount of care you are showing them because
opakana enya ntiase e ma me domi o papa domi na me go school by will be some school mo to say
because it makes them feel important.
Okay.
I know most of the time yeah feel say omohu hia sa e say the okan no ye mo aduane di a you be into the kwashe okona baby na mbehwe but ye nya daje mo
ehwe ne ye nanso ye say ye ma omohu se muntiri na ye bre. Oh, I see. And that's
that's the emotional one.
Okay.
And then the sexual abuse is the one where adults or abusers are engaging children in sexual activities. It can be penetrative or even non-penetrative. And we were it's considered as a form of abuse.
Yeah. First, in the near fan, so you need a major and yes, but now no crapping polo, then I'm here who said there be. Yes, sir. And no so crass and a public. Name mum say me could jarry, Obana friend is in. Bese ni enko dware ni enware mom ni enya kwan nko udware no a wa woro ho but wa dware ne ntem na ono akogina abontia pepa ne ho na o ma me you see ye dada ye fie mu no sa na tie nya obia na wanya no kama ebia akwala no wo obi oboa no sister akosi adware ama obi kura wo ma be ma enhwe ne baba but enipa dodo na no say ya no mo ye no hey ye pentama ko adwuma ahomachi nti osori abraba sen mi wura adware ho a wahwe nsuo na gu boketi mu abom ye kodware ti odware wu wi ade be ka no so de adware ma me no so kura wu ni se no kra yodo ono wa nka wo akwala ketwa wo de adware wu nsuo aka eno nso ya abuse ni bi
abuse because some of those things if it affects the way children see things nti say even in the case where they will assume that every adult can do that with them. It is so be koyasa mana and as will be abusing now. I'm going to make because who say normal. It on the can has be an angel.
Mammy for my shadow and Musa we mamu. Now mon fuck you.
And abuse or what pedophiles in his uncle phone. The group they almost say same qualam almost say same qualam. I think that you almost nature. And so
sir
yes
or share that tete akwala
no ebia na age na wedu no ontimi mfa nya the person ne enti obe share that ene nafa ayonko gradually no obe wini akwani trust then when it's time for them to do what they want to do because akwani jini
no we dey me penasem o no fa say we dey oda makoma so
enti some sanya masa no eno so aya ha nkwara no because say nipa no koyi ni bibi kura oni waka ana ya kama na te say ni kunu ni ana nti onhu se boni ana bibisa ekoso nti
we dey say dey wacheche mu 4 ya wabubu mu enya na che say ekoso pa wo Ghana enya de wo hwa na ate ni news mu ba ko na ya ha ya ni say hio ase te say dey wo kan dey bronyi beka say prevalence rate na wo sho some
I think in Ghana for example we are check here no about just 2013 3.4 million people had experienced children had experienced physical or emotional abuse in 1 year 3.4 million children
now we 3.4 musan yeti wo news mu
nti my who say e wo ho bebre ye say ye culture no so akoya nti ama ebi wo ha ye bu ye nigu so nti yen hu ni say normal nti ye
report asi o fa enya hwe
ana betina me so ana bibisa nti ema gradually no nkora no don't even know what is right and what is wrong
asem na eba ni say ya enye nsunsu anso bi wonkola na pomudin so ana
affecting nkora no e wo kwa me bre so but before that me can manka neglect and the last one neglect ni ye say nyama e wo say odi ma kwara no umfa ma no ana ebi idea eba edidie mu emi na atade shem kra na obehu nkwa ni bi ho obekọ bebi na kra no sha atade ana o she shirt pe ana wa she supporter no de na mabonti those are all forms of neglect ebi akra ni didie obeka say obema we didi once a day because one ye bibi ana say osoma wanko ni na ye neglect nti o say ye share no so because they all affect the children
ti wa ma di akwada ni hia ne nsa nka okay
and also who
abuse na parents ni so bisusu say ya enwomanimfo no mu ha moni dodo akwala bi ho no mu a wadidi wo fie but okoduru ne ma me se ne de yemfa kurom kakra onya hu bofuro to obesu ohun kosua obesu ohun we obesu ti se ma me ne se wonto a akwala idi sun sa ye se wa neglect no eno ye betimi
neglect no ya ka se basic nyama na akra ni here no o so de ma no
di obedie di obehye baby odinity beto
ni na so obeko school na pomdie ntini na wo se ohwe na wa hwe mu ewie basically na se ope extra any the ultimate ne o se o fan kwa me no aka che ne se e bia nyama mu nyente o se otwen e bia e china na later obeya ma no and they won abuse ne
de obedie no obedi imprensa da kora na mpre na da kora akola nso didi ti se mpanyinfo na o se odidi mo champanyinfo se ye se 3 square meal nti ese se ma akola no nya 3 square meal na se in between nso biscuit kakra nse hwe
and the make se wo hu sika and the obetimi but I was also making sure say nutritionally no onye de no be at least 3 times a day there.
Okay.
I was only be no.
Okay. Enti afi ni sunsun so we apomode.
Sunsun so no de doso.
Okay.
E doso wo ka ofa physical ni say ya. Was akra ya abusing physically no. E show on ho. E bia bo hu say abaking marks no wo ne kwencha na ne nan ho ana woni body ho. E bi so wo ho they become afraid of people. Particularly adults. Say obi ohun penyina so be ne po be dwane sisia. Obe dwane free nipa ne nchen.
So ntimi nka ne ho nko nipa ma na. Ana otimi ko nipa mbati ompempanyimfo.
Aha, e be so hosa because when they see people of authority they are not very comfortable. Na nkwa yes and show mo sinti omu timi express omo. Nti ebia o class o she say o kira de o bi so bi akraba question. On pagya ne nsa ono so ntimi nyina no.
Okay.
Every ade a wa fam ebia na fie no. Kakra ebia na o kasa na nkwa ne be extroverts but ye mpanyimfo ne be enti asesa enti ebe kasa o pekasa dodo ne abo ano so say yedin enti esa na ebe ka na hye okọ bedwema na okọ nipem kra ontimi nkasa because asoro no woni trim say okasa dodo enti wan hwe okasa kra ebe bo na no so enti ebe ma na nya low self esteem na ebi so wo omadisua no so etimi affect no because akra no feel safe na say ontimi enka no ho ontimi emfiri ne shell me en expressing no ho affecting addition no ama na addition ntimi enkoye teacher for be hwa e bia bo sakara no edu baby no e bia no first social dey na ni class participation near high but be do baby no all of a sudden why dormant and why can share
na okay kan wo
form intemi sa na wo say ohun say bia na bibi ha na ofie and even cry na obi ene ye ne sa
okay
na over emotional abuse ni so and so low self esteem ho and under akwane be twen from nipem because ontimi express no ho ono so a anhwa obedwun so obewete in the bed for some that's how they react to it obedwun so krobo because they are not getting the care that they need
and then krokro nkwala na nka nyafe ne echi akopedwun so aduru obedi 8 years no da so dwun so enso ye hagen ne pegging kakra oh me ba me do na onka na we afa we chi pedwun so aduru
ni na bo na ebi so wo ho a they are not able to form lasting relationships because they are not able to bond with people.
Onima
yonkofa. Onim say a obefa yonkwa manache. Ontimi nti obenyi no ontimi na ware mu no ana ni relationship no na or suffer because when sia ana that basis was not set for the child.
When nya bi won mo frase. Ti di onya ene no so di owo na odema.
Okay. Research has even shown that some of the kofono mo ye boni pan like some of the hardcore criminals you know they ukohwe omechisema their parents aren't chesa or don't am home. Some of them were not hugged, some of them were not even told that they are beautiful or anything, so it affects their mindsets, and because they are not able to relate to people obetimia april because onyati nka bia emanipa nti those are some of the things that can happen because of that
nti say yewo mantemu bro no so anase society nim say ehu say niema awachire ebi ikoso mene na say na tifie on time hage ne ba me report ya na me de kwan beto na me fa meboa amasa abuse na jaye
there's I was so reporting
reporting am ho say papa you won hage ne ba
oh no it depending on the severity of the case it be o ha say be obi bo ne ba obeti say obo no o ma ne duane ndi eno sa no obetimi ama social welfare for abem obetimi ne o makasa ama o ma ye ho ejuma na say eba even some of the emotional things now e bia obema obetimi ne pa na kasa ama na ti ase say the oye no embo akwara no akwara ne dachi no ebe ha akwara ne dachi nti okay or expressing more love to the child.
I see. Na yan ye saade no so ye be den na yasesa if you say a two way akwala no ene opani no nti ye ti abonten de ne say ye ni nipa ne be kasa na e be reporting but they are all yes no so e den ne be ma na tumi asesa
ebi wo ha kuma ebi etete na nipa ne nyae no o ni kwara brem no ebi so wo ha abrabom nsemsem ana abrabom yesi bebi ayehye nti ebia pressure of fam adwuma ma na bibisa no na odi gu akwara no so nti wo say yete ana yesterday ehu when we are stressed and those things I know how to handle your man.
Okay.
If you say you have been also on the abuse you are, message of counselor na wabo because sometimes no ye the you know na transfer your man.
Na ya na ye hu say abuse there.
Ebi say bi wo ebi nnim.
Okay.
Say ono ye de no no say me so say na papa de ye me. Nti also ye me banti de ye me na bia na say na ye me na medi nyi ya medu bia medu. Nti me de ye okwa na hwe enha.
Enye no ko school kra na me bokola na me na agufo. Wo de oti ye ma to chale bia ma wa wo san jan say me to kambu ne socks. Calden is the same way yenye na fe yemfe no sorry so. Or say talk about truancy too. Parents trying to straighten up their children are also tagged domestic abusers. Kentampo murder is an example. Stop talking and act to save this country. If we don't talk, how do we act? So sometimes let's also don't come and abuse us here. You can't come and abuse us. Let's be moderate in our comments. You're abusing the man and me. Parents be otianeba, but a baby as and you say, oh, abuse akwalano. Be an akwalano so why stubborn? What akwalati says that? My Boba Barman, yes, that's why we're journey TV and say, quite your kills. Kamunia kwala, oh, your kills, so they call him.
Be or I've only been almost nimsia yet it's in Kora or the proper way of handling children. In Korano, and yet Ubiane the same. Inti so I will 3 Ubiane say I was say and weakness I was say now we see I bet ube nechana na ube groomino. Na the challenge with that is that if he say you can in the area that I know I been was say but I was say sometimes you are excessive.
Oye mane
bro so they say ebia oba kofa wari enkwan mu nam e wom say ebia ska nifia na bibisa but wodi e kire kofa akwane sa kwose jema no you are being excessive
edinam naba
emfa nam nam
akwale ya so na nka obewi nami
na frequent na obre no
bonne si won nka obewi nam no ma akwala o ma ne nam nka obewi ya
nti I was say ye hwe ye environment nyama na ye no
uso ewi ankwan mu nam da
me dem minimum na ya me feb
unyiye ani adan
send me a faint and
one of you can I like that. Unfortunately, I was saying, Sandra said, my last boy of 11 years will always request for a good morning and a good night hug. But sometimes I'm tired. So when I say no, then he becomes sad. Also, I'll phone be a honomoa. Onya uncle, but to our bread. I call it so much bata near baby. Na hugging me. And Papa no psychologist, no class, I was so hugging me. I send him a code. One hugging me, I mean, go school. Mama no swabere ma hwe mama waduane di madware eno ne hage no nti manfa mo eno e problem wa wofo no wate
Matias nti manafo video ye ne se o ka chenkwa ne se o ma wo hag ana peg we no a kire how long before you give you the next one just so that they will nkra ne be appreciate you or know when to expect the next and tennis and no hwe na se what is happening and what brand as bisa now you can just tell them that they should wait. You give them double the next time, and make sure that when is the next time to you give them the double.
Okay. And kala ye di o ma fasa abuse ni mu bi no. And then ye be ya e be correct. It's kind of deformity because e ba sa omuso affect mental omwadwen omutim dada.
Ade significantly betimi ani so say yama ko counselors.
Okay.
Whether clinical or counseling psychologists. Now omo na omo undo the harm that has been done to their children. In tennis, I know it corrects the situation, and then we can also help the parents learn how to raise their children. So, yeah, excessive beating, and to us.
Opening me that Sepora Dennis Mensah Court, a counseling psychologist. Made said, "I'm the two and say, okay, ununianum. I am on time call public schools now, a war deprived communities. You are now precious of life until." Parents need to mean ma but money or monko kasa nkwala no say so parents anya ma wan chese on no cause African setting why thank you
nkwa kasa ni awofo no so kasa
money awofo no so kasa senye da bia na counselors be mo adwuma ama mo awofo yesi yensua ye enti sua ye o ka che obase medowa ense hwe no kra de anigye ba ya hwe anigye a ye ba akwada na komem ufifi na se bra na de esi anya atu obra menye wa atu wo no kra besere abom na ye anigye sa no do ye yonko se de be ya se bibia ni a obeba be kanchiro. My mother never went to school, but he always used to tell me, hey, who do you see there? A trio, who the shirt trusses ye fatal pa. That measure trans or sinti my way, ya na beshe. Sabre ne am away. Uti got my way, ya na beshe. Me say, woman, jam me, say, no, na meshe. Mrs. Sapman, so that, hey, my bad girl, that. Enti, all for, and yet a school, Kwana bit me, I share so the attitude. Titoba na onfeni Jim Refi unhisa ye dai ho akwa we cover pa Tuesday squad na ready ye den common bill change sisi a